live on ERi-TV with English news broadcast. Dear viewers, hello and thank you for joining us. Reporting our local and international news for today, Monday the 16th of December 2024. Live from our headquarters in Asmara is Heaven Johans. Do stay tuned once again and let's begin with the major headlines. Seminar to heads of national organizations in Riyadh. National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students effort to empower youth. ECOWAS summit kicks off in Abuja. And ALBA summit in Venezuela. In our domestic news, the Ministry of Agriculture's delegation that participated in the 16th Conference of Parties of the UN Convention to Combat Desertification conducted a seminar regarding the progress of the agricultural sector in the country. The seminar was held on December 11 at the premises of the Eritrean Embassy in Riyadh and was attended by the heads of Eritrean Community, National Union of Eritrean Women, National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students, as well as heads of PFDJ organizations. The seminar, conducted by Mr. Samera Amlesom, Director General of the Agricultural Extension Department, and Mr. Mikhail Burhana, Director of the Natural Resources and Irrigation Development Division in the same department, highlighted achievements, challenged opportunities, and future programs of Eritrea's agricultural sector. The delegation explained that despite challenges posed by erratic rainfall, semi-arid agroecological conditions, and rugged landscapes, the government and people of Eritrea have been working tirelessly to mitigate these effects and improve agricultural production. Efforts include soil and water conservation, construction of water reservoirs, horticultural and honey production, and veterinary services, among others. Furthermore, the delegation emphasized the government's efforts to transform rain-fed crop production systems into modified and pressurized irrigation systems, noting that the outcomes on the ground are promising. Several initiatives aimed at improving dairy and poultry production were also discussed. During the seminar, the delegation outlined the Ministry of Agriculture's new strategic development plan and its implementation, modalities under the roadmap for safe and nutritious food for everyone and everywhere. The plan will be implemented in collaboration with relevant institutions and development partners with strategies designed to include Eritreans in the diaspora. The delegation also called on the Eritrean diaspora to continue reinforcing their participation and utilizing their comparative advantage for the country's benefit. Participants of the seminar called for preserving Eritrea's agricultural genetic resources, maximizing the use of water reservoirs for agricultural productivity, and creating conducive environments for the Eritrean diaspora to invest in agriculture. In conclusion, Ms. Waini Gabriel, chargé d'affaires at the Eritrean Embassy, praised the delegation for providing timely and first-hand information and affirmed that similar programs would continue to equip the Eritrean community with information regarding the country's development programs. In another news, at an activity assessment meeting, the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students in the Central Region reported significant achievements in 2024 aimed at developing the overall capacity of the youth. Mr. Samson Kufle, head of the Union branch, stated that in 2025, the branch will work in collaboration with stakeholders to enhance the awareness and organizational capacity of the Union, with particular attention to youth workers' organizations. According to the report presented, in 2024, the branch provided social science training to 3,460 youth, including 2,153 females, and awarded 165 outstanding students who scored high marks in the 8th grade national examination. Additionally, training on poultry and bee farming, beauty salon management, catering, and water pipe renovation was offered to 172 disadvantaged youth identified by their respective area administrators. Noting the importance of investing in youth to achieve desired outcomes, Ms. Helen Amine, head of regional follow-up at National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students, called for coordinated efforts among all partners. Mr. Zerit Tawalda Burhan, Managing Director in the Central Region, highlighted the significance of establishing youth-friendly activities and called for their implementation in all the subzones of the region. Do stay tuned, dear viewers, for we'll be back with the international news after the short break. Welcome back. Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger will have a 6-month grace period after their scheduled exit from West Africa's main political and economic group next month, during which the Economic Community of West African States bloc will try to persuade them to stay. The bloc's leaders agreed yesterday. The summit of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, was seen as a chance to address the impending withdrawal of the 3 countries on January 29, a year after they jointly announced that they would leave in a reversal of decades of regional integration. ECOWAS has so far failed in its goal to push them to reconsider, while the 3 countries in the insurgency-torn Central Sahel region have set up their own alliance, sought ever closer alignment in defense and other areas, and mooted abandoning the West African Currency Union. While January 29 remains the official withdrawal date, the effective date for their departure has been extended to July 29, a transition period during which mediators from the bloc will seek to bring the 3 member countries back to ECOWAS without prejudice, Commission President Omar Touré said at the end of the summit. On Saturday, Mali, Niger and Burkina Faso reaffirmed their decision to leave as irreversible and jointly declared that their territories would remain visa-free for all ECOWAS citizens post-exit. In our last news, leaders from Latin American and Caribbean nations met in Caracas during the Bolivarian Alliance for the Peoples of Our America ALBA summit on Saturday. The event, hosted by Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro, was attended by heads of state from regional countries such as Cuba's Miguel Díaz-Canel, Bolivia's Luis Arce, and Nicaragua's Daniel Ortega, whose public appearances this year have been rare. In the plenary session, Díaz-Canel criticized the impact of the U.S. blockade on Cuba's economy and on the mental health of its citizens. On his part, Maduro criticized the United Nations, saying the UN had failed to properly act in the face of the Israeli attacks in Gaza. Bolivarian Alliance for the Peoples of Our America was founded in 2004 under the leadership of former Cuban President Fidel Castro and late Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez, as a platform for integration in Latin America and the Caribbean, with an emphasis on cooperation. This concludes our news for this session. Dear viewers, time for a quick recap of the major headlines. Seminar to heads of national organizations in Riyadh. Effort to empower the youth. ECOWAS summit kicks off in Abuja. And ALBA summit in Venezuela. This was The World on Monday with ERi-TV English News Broadcast. Dear viewers, thank you for joining. It's officially a goodbye from us.